All right, figured I'd make a quick video on getting the brake drum and hubs separated. This is a Dana 60. It's a 16 spline. And from what I've seen, these drums and hubs are basically the same from 76 and older. And I looked around to try and find some information on how you're supposed to separate the hubs from the drums. Didn't really find anything. When you look on the back side, there's no real smoking gun on how to get this apart. Luckily, I talked to another guy that works on a lot of old Fords, and he said all you got to do on these is drive the studs out and the hub will fall right out. So obviously, I don't advise hammering on the stubs themselves. Usually you just throw your lug nuts on. This truck had this style, so obviously hammering on that's out. So I just found a regular nut, same thread, threw that on until it's about flush, give it a good couple whacks, and that thing will just drop right out. It's surprisingly easy how well they back out. Excuse the noise. 3 quick whacks. Hold the stud up while you thread that nut off. And go on to the next one. I would recommend at least using a 16-ounce hammer or a heavier mallet. Just try not to obviously go all crazy and nick into your hub assembly, but I will show you once all the studs are out. All right, here we are. Last stud. And literally once the lug nuts are off, it literally just comes right off. There's your old drum. There's the reason we had to replace it. And for assembly, obviously mount it like that. Put your new drum on, obviously line the holes up. And then you're just gonna drive these from the back side down. And I'd, just do that on a concrete floor, stable surface. Yeah, line it up, pound them in. You can press them in and out. I just figured this went so quickly with a pretty dang light hammer, it really wasn't worth it. You also don't really even need to tap these in. You can put your lug nut on the face and just run the nut down with an impact and snug the stud in that way versus pounding them in. Either way, I might give them a couple taps each just to seat them all. And then obviously you want to verify, run the studs in with I wouldn't use an acorn style because that'll just wedge into that hub and screw your lug nut up. But if you've got a couple sacrificial nuts, the same thread as the stud, use those in a washer, impact them down, make sure they're seated. It's important to make sure they seat because when you go to torque your wheels, if some are seated all the way and some aren't, you might get a false torque, and obviously that stud will just be roaming around if it's not truly tight in there. So just figured, I didn't see any video online of this. Figured this could help some people, so here you go. Thanks for watching.